This is the Cairngorms National Park, a vast ancient heart of the Highlands where glassy lochs sit beneath towering pines, mighty Munros dominate the skyline, and castles stand guard over centuries of stories. If you're new around here, we're Jack and Joe, that's the scruffy hitchhiker Frank, and this is Big P, a home on wheels that's taken us to wild places across the UK and mainland Europe. In this video, we're back in the Cairngorms exploring this incredible national park as the leaves turn to golden autumn. Join us as we drive some of Scotland's most beautiful roads, wander around mirror-still lochs, discover Eilean castles, camp in beautiful places and spot red deer at their most majestic. If you love crisp mountain air, golden forests and incredible park-ups, then come along with us on these wild journeys through the Cairngorms.
It is windy out there. We're in the Cairngorms. It's 2 days ago, Storm Amy, the first named storm to hit England and Scotland and the whole of the UK, hit the west coast, hit the majority of Scotland. It was windy, up to kind of like 70 to 100 mile per hour winds. And we're excited to explore an autumnal Cairngorms National Park. We were supposed to be in the Isle of Skye, but the west coast right now still looks a bit wild. So this side of Scotland looks a bit drier and a bit nicer. So yeah, and we're currently staying on the Cairngorm Mountain motorhome air, which is £15 a night. Incredible views, but I think we probably shouldn't have come up so high given how windy it's been, because last night the van was rocking. But the views are pretty nice. I think we're going to head out and go explore Cairngorms National Park. I'll stop jabbering, let's go hit the road and find our first adventure of the day. I'm hoping that off the side of this mountain it's a little bit less windy, but let's see. So the walk we're doing is Lochan Island, which is basically like a 3 mile loop around a loch, and in the middle of the loch is an island with a castle on. So I don't think we've ever actually been to Scotland in autumn. We've caught it at the end of autumn before when we came up here, end of November. But really beautiful time to visit. Quieter than the summer, and the colours are just incredible. Still quite green, but then you've got the leaves all turning. Just incredible. And you may even get lucky with the weather. Like, it was really windy on top of that mountain. But down here, I'm actually quite warm in my coat and jumper. Of course he's got the zoomies with a stick in his mouth. Finally got to the island on the loch, which has a castle on it. I think we went the long way. We went left and went round, whereas I think the car park's only over there. Nice, let's go have a look.
Built in the 14th century, Lochan Island Castle was found as a stronghold of Alexander Stewart, the Wolf of Badenoch. The castle served as a defensive refuge during clan feuds and cattle raids, guarding this remote corner of Rovi Mercus. Over time, rising water levels cut it off completely from the shore, turning it into the crumbling and lonely island fortress we see today. it was time to hit some autumnal roads as we headed onto the famous Snow Road, which cuts across the national park towards Tomintoul. So we've driven a little bit further into the Cairngorms. We stopped up in Aviemore to restock some food, and now we've kind of swooped back and we're onto what's known as the Snow Road, which is the old military road that stretches through, I guess, the south side of the Cairngorms. And it's really, really scenic. That was a really scenic drive. We've been on this road before, but we were here when it was snowy and frosty. So it's definitely a different vibe with all the different colours, autumnal colours. This is where we're going to stop for the night. We've already been up to this viewpoint, but I just wanted to show you it as the sun's setting because it is really beautiful. Here we are, this is a really nice viewpoint. Oh, with this art installation in. How's that for a view? I'm just parked down there. River. And today, crazily, marked our 5th year of travelling and working in a van, which is crazy. Still not bored of it, still not bored of Scotland, still loving the adventures. With views and park-ups like these, how can you get bored of it? With the autumnal sun making the valley ahead of me erupt in incredible colours. This may well be one of the best times to visit the Cairngorms, and we settled in for the night, eager to explore some new parts of the national park the next day. Okay, take 2. It rained all morning. It's 1 o'clock, so we just stayed in this little nice picnic area here by the side of the road, and now it's brightening up, so we're going to head off to the middle of nowhere. But yeah, we're going to head out on the road, drive more of this scenic military road, and then head off to somewhere which looks to be in the middle of nowhere. We're quite excited for. I don't think we'll ever tire of driving Scottish roads. The drizzle this morning or sunshine right now, they are just incredible. And this road is usually closed if it's been snowing, or they close the barriers. I think we drove it in the winter a year and a half ago, after it had just been reopened and the snow had melted. So it's nice to see it, it just looks completely different. It just looks beautiful. Oh god.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That should be a problem. Okay, go to the right.
No, should be alright. God. Oh, there goes the paintwork. Just got some new scratches on the van roof. I think there's a few bits of storm damage still from Stormy the other day. We actually couldn't get into a forestry car park the other night because a tree had fallen down in front of it, so yeah. The roadside views more than made up for the new Go Faster stripes we now had embedded on the side of the van, and we were soon driving along the road onto our next adventure. Oh wow. So that was a pretty scenic drive. Here's the park up for the night. I think it's £10 and you can stay. It's a massive car park. Definitely go over the bridge like we did because it's an even bigger car park and it's a little bit flatter. Probably going to need some ramps, but
Look at this. Nice clear blue skies. And we're going to head out on the hike to find a waterfall. I've heard good things about this hike and this area. I can't believe we've never been because it looks so nice. So this is the spittle of Glen Muick, spelt like you would pronounce it Glen Muick, but we don't mispronounce Scottish words anymore because I Google them. Like Loch, pronounced very correctly, after the absolute kind of killing in the comments I got from our Loch Lomond video. Yeah, we're going up round that corner, and there should be a waterfall around there, and also a famous hunting lodge that used to be a favourite of Queen Victoria's. But I think it's about 10 kilometres altogether from the car park to the waterfall and back. Should be quite nice. Oh, it's a good stick, bud. It's a really good stick. Oh my god.
With the sun shining, a stick in Frank's mouth, and a hop in our steps, we set off anti-clockwise around the glassy waters of Loch Muick.
So we come through a pine forest out next to a lodge which built by Queen Victoria. It's like I think like a hunting lodge or something like that. So this is part of the Queen's estate. It's really, really magical. Kind of has everything in that you'd want from a walk along a loch. Loch views, nice easy track. No mud actually, which would be quite good. Now we've got big trees and we're walking up to the top of a waterfall. Really, really nice. So that's the waterfall. I won't pronounce it though because I literally don't know how to, but I'll put the name down below. Not the biggest, but the walk here was incredible. And the light with, it's just been, I know I keep banging on about the light and how it's autumn and it looks beautiful, but it just really is just beautiful right now. And it smells amazing. If only we had smell-o-vision on YouTube, then you'd really get the full experience of just how nice it is around here at the moment. I think we're going to hike back, hopefully get back before the sun sets. So we're just walking back, and Frank just started like sniffing and acting a bit weird. What's he doing? I looked up a little bit further and there's a deer. Frank thinks it's a dog, so he's doing the jump he does when he sees another dog. It's not, Frank, it's not another dog. Frank, it's not another dog. It's not a dog. I know, it's really exciting, it's a deer. hear the deer like rutting, I think is the word, because it's deer rutting season. So you can just hear them on the mountains. They sound like dinosaurs. Good morning. As you can see from this bed head, we slept exceptionally well last night. We just quickly nipped out for a walk quite early this morning because we want to see if we could see any deers. Haven't seen any deers, but we did come across dippers again, and they were fishing in the river. And they're fishing in the river just over there. So I brought my long lens. We're going to see if we can catch them kind of dipping in and out the river.
Dippers are tiny river birds with a big character. They're the only songbirds in the world that can dive and walk underwater, and they patrol fast-flowing streams, bobbing on rocks before plunging beneath the surface in search of insects and shrimps. They're one of my favourite birds, and they thrive in clean water environments, and in the wild Highland glens like Loch Muick, they're a great indicator of how alive and healthy these rivers are.
It looks really weird.
Cake secured in the Bothy in Braemar. We had a little walk around, checked out the Highland Games Centre, which is where we parked for free. Now we've driven along the road to Braemar Castle, which only reopened last year, so we've never actually been inside. We've always driven past it. We've parked in the car park before, but we've never actually been inside. So we're going to go check it out. I think it's like a community-run castle, but hopefully we can go inside and have a little mooch. And Braemar Castle was recently in Blood of My Blood, the Outlander spin-off, so we're doubly excited because we're big Outlander fans. That's just your normal walking style, isn't it? Great. That's the walk. Do you go look in the castle? Such a weirdo. Braemar Castle is a quirky star-shaped fortress that's been part of the Highlands since the 1600s. It was built by the Earl of Mar as a strategically positioned castle, and over the centuries it's been a hunting lodge, a garrison, and a witness to Jacobite rebellions. In its later years in the 19th and 20th century, the castle became a high society retreat with royal connections, and today the castle is looked after by the local community, who stepped in to restore it and keep its stories alive. The castle is full of regal living spaces, a collection of weapons, and as well as these Halloween decorations, it's home to some ghosts too, including one who lies in this bed and leaves an imprint of their head on a pillow. Spooky. Do you reckon it's haunted?
Being 100% serious. As soon as I walked in there, it was horrible.
Oh my god. Awesome trip around the castle. Always wanted to go in there, so I'm glad it's open. Everyone was in there really nice. They actually told us that it's haunted by like how many ghosts, Joe?
6.
6 ghosts. And also what was quite cool is I was reading the list of surnames that's part of Clan Farquharson, and my surname was in there. So I think these are my ancestral homes. If you come to this area of Scotland, welcome to my clan, the Farquharsons.
It's not actually your clan though, is it?
Well, they would have been our laird. We would have sworn fealty to the Farquharsons.
That's true, to be fair, that's true.
I always knew I was Scottish. So she's very English.
Okay, don't put that in.
I am putting that in. Tread lightly in my ancestral lands, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Frank also got a new collar, because he's now also part of the clan. You could be part of the clan.
That's not your tartan.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Oh, look nice anyway. Be quiet, Sassenach.
Oh my God.
Let's go find our spot for the evening in the Linn of Dee, which we've been to before, and it's really incredible.
Emboldened with our newly found Scottish heritage, we set off to explore one of our favourite forests in Scotland. So we've driven into the Marlodge estate, which we've been to a few times, near the Linn of Dee. But we haven't been this far up the road, and there's actually a really nice car park that you can spend the night in. Free for National Trust members, or I think for like £12 or something like that in the ticket machine over there. Really, really nice. And I'm just showing Jo around my ancestral home. She just rolled her eyes. So this is the Devil's Punch Bowl, which is like a natural formation that looks like a cup. But apparently, just before the Jacobite Rebellion, the first one, the Earl of Mar, potentially my clan leader, basically came down here with his troops to toast the victory they thought they were going to have. And they basically put whiskey, loads of honey and all other sort of punch ingredients, and apparently they got pissed up and drank out of that hole. The Marlodge estate is not only full of history, but it's also part of an ambitious 200-year plan to rewild the ancient Caledonian forest, where managing sheep and deer numbers, Scots pine and other native plants are regrowing into the great forest and moorland it once was. Soon we were back at the van, lulled to sleep by some more rutting deer, ready for a final day in this epic national park. Oh, he's chasing another male off. So we're going to head back down to the other car park for a bigger hike, but I just want to show you the precision parking that I did yesterday evening. Look how close I was to that rock. So Jo was on the other side, kind of reversing me in, so she didn't pay attention to this side, so could have bent the backlight again, because I already did that a few years ago. Just explaining the precision parking, Jo, that you forced me to do, because you weren't...
I was looking just on the wrong side.
Right, let's go for a hike. Heading off from what's called, well, heading off to hike to a Bothy called the Bob Ross Bothy. I think it's quite a famous Bothy hike, not too far. It's about 12 kilometres altogether. That was a beautiful, winding and windy track there. We're just taking a fork in the road. It's taking us down to Bob Scott's Bothy, which looks incredible. I mean, I could easily live here, couldn't you? Yeah, I could live in this Bothy. I think that's Bob Scott there. Basically, I think he was like a gameskeeper in this area back in its hunting days, and he used to let climbers and ice pick climbers, I think it was big in the 60s and 70s, to stay in the old hut, which is now burnt down, but they've reconstructed it here. It's named after him. It's a really nice Bothy, really nice, cool mountain refuge that you can stay in, and you can use this as a base to climb all the hills nearby. I think around here there's 4 of the 5 tallest peaks in the Cairngorms and Scotland, I think. Really, really incredible. Nice little spot for coffee. A Bothy coffee.
These past few days have reminded us just how special this corner of Scotland really is. Its quiet lochs, the winding trails, the wildlife, and those moments where everything just slowed down. It's an exceptional part of the country, and we genuinely couldn't recommend it highly enough. And we know we'll be back again and again, ready to soak up the peace and calm of this national park, whatever the weather and whatever the season. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, you can support this channel with a like and a comment, and we will catch you on the next adventure. See ya!